Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Critical Condition. I'm your host for this week, Mitchell, and this bloke right here is Mario.
How's it going, Mitchell?
Yeah, pretty good. What about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, man. You've had a bit of a changed look.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Just a tad?
Yeah, there's the beard a bit cut back now, and so is the hair, so yeah, it felt like it was time for a change.
Fair enough. Nice.
Yeah. So this week, guys, we got Splatoon 2 and the second part of the Rise and Fall of Metal Gear Solid, as well as Dunkirk. So Mario, tell us a bit about Splatoon 2.
So guys, Nintendo exclusive Splatoon 2 is a multiplayer third-person shooter that's coming out for the platform. The interesting part about this one is that it'll have a single story campaign, which is, I believe, called the Hero Mode.
Yep.
Along with that, you have Salmon Mode, is a four-player mode that you play co-op with your friends, and you tackle hordes and waves of enemies. So it's kind of like Horde mode for Gears of War.
Yep.
Along with that, you have...
Well, so you just smash them with a whole heap of paintball, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And along with that, you have tower control, and Rainmaker makes an appearance back from the ranked mode of the previous game.
Yeah, okay then.
So that's pretty exciting. It's pretty good. Splatoon 1 was a critical success for the Wii U.
Yeah.
This one, is exclusive to the Switch. I might have said Wii U before. So Splatoon 2 is going to be exclusive to the Switch.
Yeah.
Interesting sort of multiplayer mode that they have. The multiplayer app that they're going to release on smartphones for like chat and whatnot.
Yeah.
A bit iffy. Bit iffy on that. So that's a bit strange.
I don't understand why they didn't have integrated group chat.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things that Nintendo have been sort of lambasted on for quite a while.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to be getting the message. So
Lost in translation, maybe.
Maybe. Now, what's really cool about this one is that you have more choices of weapons now.
Yep.
Along with that, the Splatoon Fest happened this last Sunday that just went past, which was essentially like a demo.
Which was my day of hangoverness at the work, which was not good.
Yeah, I heard about your stories on Saturday.
Yeah, worth it though.
I'm glad you had a bit of fun in your death anniversary.
Yeah, my death anniversary.
So Splatoon is, again, the premise of Splatoon, guys, is that you get in teams 4 versus 4 and you shoot each other with paintballs. And like the most popular mode is Turf War, which is essentially you try and cover the entire map in your colors.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most colors or coverage at the end of the match wins the round.
Yeah.
So
I'd still prefer normal paintball.
Yeah, but at least with this one you don't get as bruised.
And that's why you go to paintball, to get the bruises.
Well, that sounds pretty silly.
Yeah. I like the bruises.
Do you like the bruises?
Yeah.
You're a manly man.
I am. It shows how solid I am.
You no longer have the rugged beard, though.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, Splatoon 2, guys. I'm definitely going to be checking it out with my mates, and should be a fun time. So highly recommend you should.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, if you've got it while I'm over here, I'll probably come over and play it.
Yeah, we should have a couple of rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the Mario Smash Brothers. Smash! Yeah, when we played that when you first got your Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting until Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's looking amazing.
Yeah,
that
before
actually
I get
is
my
looking
Switch.
pretty good.
Yeah.
So guys, now that concludes Splatoon. Metal Gear: The Rise and Fall Part 2. Insert codec sound here. So last week we had discussed Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, and that's where we kind of left off. So we determined that was, by and large, the game that most Metal Gear Solid fans really adore. Then in 2006, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops came to the PSP system. Do you remember the PSP?
Yeah, I remember the PSP. I was just thinking of the Snake Eater.
Now, the PSP system, guys, it was the first PlayStation Portable that ever got released. So it was Sony's answer to the Game Boy Advance at the time.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for Sony because the Game Boy Advance was so popular. The Nintendo DS had just launched, I think, roughly around that time. And the PSP was far superior in hardware and graphics. It was a fantastic system. I loved my PSP. And so Metal Gear Solid comes to the portable first time.
Yeah, and that's what was good about the PSP is the fact that they had a lot more within it that you could actually play more decent games where it wasn't
Definitely.
like it was kind of 64-bit. I'm not saying that all games on like the
Yeah, like more 3D graphic rendered, sort of
Yeah.
like graphically intensive games.
Yeah.
Just to correct myself, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops was not the first game to be released on the PSP. That honor goes to Metal Gear Solid Acid and Acid 2, but they were more of a tactical game. And as I said in the previous video that you should go watch, is that we're covering mainline entries here.
Yeah,
Now, Portable Ops was it's set in Colombia in 1970, and it was essentially Solid Snake, like the tactical espionage action
yeah.
in portable form. So this was the first time. The other ones, as I mentioned, tactical strategy.
I think I played that one on PSP.
I did a very long time ago.
Yeah.
So in 2008, it went onto the N-Gage. Remember the N-Gage that I think it was a Nokia phone or whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
That was a gaming phone that had a cartridge.
That's what they marketed it as.
Now, the Metal Gear Solid Mobile was the name of this game. Now, I'm just mentioning it because it was essentially like a remix of the first game. It didn't look too bad, but realistically, the hardware that I was on was
It was shit.
Yeah, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. There is no better term than it was shit.
It was shit.
Yeah.
So 2008 guy sees Metal Gear Solid 4, the Guns of the Patriots, released for PS3. Now this game came at a time where the Xbox 360 was actually destroying sales wise in comparison to the PlayStation 3.
I think it was 2-1 or something, or maybe a bit more.
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
Like the PlayStation only ever surpassed it at the end of the life cycle.
Yeah.
And by then most people had moved on to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Now, Guns of the Patriots sees the return of Solid Snake, but this time it's called Olive Snake. Because
watching Popeye.
he went to the Mediterranean, got a bit of a tan. No, Old Snake. So essentially, he has a disease that
ages him. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the Colonel comes to him and gives him one last mission, to finally
go out with a bang.
Yeah, pretty much, or at least like popcorn. Now.
You don't even need to be drunk to be drunk.
What?
You don't even need to be drunk to be drunk.
No,
You're just always like that.
No, I'm just full of life. Anyhow.
Full of shit. Wait, what?
So Revolver Ocelot is the main villain in this game. Now Revolver Ocelot, for the people that know Metal Gear Solid lore, is Big Boss's best friend that saves him in Metal Gear Solid 5 in the hospital scene, but a little bit more on that later. Now, Metal Gear Solid 4 introduced the active camouflage system, and the AI got immensely better. The graphics got immensely better, and it was the first time it sort of felt like an open world, like very much like Final Fantasy 12. So it's big areas interconnected, and just by a loading screen.
Yeah, the main issue with that game though was all the video cutscenes and shit like that.
Yeah, which as we've had a chat about this in the past, you didn't like. I didn't mind. Pardon me, when I think of playing Metal Gear Solid, I know I'm in for a couple of cutscenes. This one, raised the bar in that the cinematography in them was amazing. It was just a matter of that you were more watching the game than actually playing it.
Yeah, it's like you just go and watch a movie instead of playing the game because it'd be like watching a fucking movie anyway.
Exactly. So this is when Metal Gear Solid starts to divide its audience. And this is what I would potentially see as the start of the fall. Yeah. Like, Metal Gear Solid 3 was, according to many, perfection. Portable Ops is just a silly spin-off that a lot of people liked, but it's a spin-off.
It's kind of a money grab, pretty much.
Yeah, well, it sold PSP units. The PSP units were very popular in Japan, and Metal Gear Solid is a very Japanese game.
Yeah.
So, this particular game divides the fan base, right?
Yeah.
Then after a long wait, about 4-year wait, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker releases on the PSP, which is more of a mission-based structure.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked it. In my personal opinion, after I played it a little bit, I just found it a little bit too silly.
Yeah.
The way that you just had to extract opposing forces to recruit them into your team. It was very much a comical game at this stage.
And the fact that they've gone from a open world, somewhat open world, to just like a A to B kind of game. Like,
that kind of put me off. And the PSP didn't have...
Did what?
It put me off.
I thought you said it pulled you off.
No.
I was like, Jesus.
Never. If video games did this, I wouldn't be here.
Jesus.
Now... Jesus, man. If I was a betting man in the near future, this will happen. No, Portable Ops is for me sucked. Personally, it was awful. I know my choice of words right now are very poor, but I didn't like it. And this is when I start losing interest in the series. And then 2014 sees the release of Ground Zeroes, which is a prequel to Metal Gear Solid 5. It's essentially a giant mission. It looked amazing. The graphics were extraordinary.
Yeah, but you don't sell units with graphics alone, pretty much, though.
No.
Yeah.
And the problem that this game had was it was a $60 game, $60 in Australia.
Yeah.
And you get a map that you explore, and as great as it looks, and you are getting one map for $60. It just didn't hit the mark. A lot of critics went, "Oh, this is fantastic." In my eyes, I thought this was rubbish.
Yeah.
I was like, "You made me pay for a demo."
Yeah. Well, relating to something more recent, it's kind of like The Division. You were paying the money for that map, and then even though they had the DLC and the expansion releases, by that time they'd already lost most of their fan base.
Players.
Because it got boring. You got to a point if you rushed to max level, you had nothing much to do, because once you got into the dark zone, there was just so many people that were cheating, and it was just it wasn't fun. So
no, and it was. I mean, I platinumed that game in like a week, I think, just before you started playing it, and then I did a couple of missions with you. But then it just became boring.
Yeah.
So just a Ground Zeroes, guys, just a massive demo. It looked again fantastic. It also sees the voice actor of Metal Gear leave the series through an altercation with Hideo Kojima. So David Hayter no longer is the voice, and Keith Sutherland gets cast as the voice. Fantastic voice performance, just not the Solid Snake that I remember.
Yeah.
So after that, 2015 sees the release of the Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Yeah. You've been having a few of those lately, getting a bit old, having a few Phantom Pains.
Yes, I have actually. I was actually thinking, what the hell are you talking about? But it just came to me. Like the pains. Like the thorn on my side that you are.
Always here to help.
So this game is very much an open world game. It's a massive map, or series of maps, you know. Now, the only problem that I had with this, I played it about 15, 20 hours or thereabouts. I was still stuck in the desert map, and there was these missions that you went for, right? But it was such a mission-based structure. Like, I think I would have preferred the Metal Gear Solid I would have preferred the Metal Gear Solid series to get to be made in a linear fashion, because I think in that
one,
sort of like Metal Gear Solid 1, where it kind of takes you. It's story driven. Yeah. Not so much, hey, here's an open world and go here and explore. I'm like, I don't I don't really like that type of game. Although Witcher 3 is like my most favorite game of all time.
Like
But
if it's done,
different game.
if it's done properly, where it's not so expansive, with a game like Solid Snake, where you got the A to B, but you've also got little side quests that you can do along the way to like further the story, then it's good. But if it's just like one of those big open maps and you're like, oh, you can go over here and do this mission, and then it gets a bit boring.
Yeah, and that and ultimately I couldn't fault the game mechanics of the game. They were fantastic. The stealth, again, the AI was good. Your trusty horse and your companions.
Yeah.
You're building Mother Base again, like, well, for the first time, because this is set in the past. Just overall, I didn't enjoy it, and I won't say it's the weakest one in the series,
but it's not the greatest.
But it's not the greatest. Personal opinion, I think Metal Gear Solid 4 was the weakest in the series for me. Yeah. Even though I did finish it. Actually, no, I lie. I didn't finish it. A friend of mine finished it while I was watching him play. Because I was playing Final Fantasy 12 at the time when it first released. Now...
Good game.
Yeah.
Very good.
After that, after Metal Gear Solid 5, Hideo Kojima, splits off from the company. Massive sort of fallout with Konami. Yep. Konami starts developing pachinko machines. So pachinko machines are slot machines in Japan. They're actually one of the biggest suppliers of slot machines in Japan, but they sort of focus their attention onto that because that makes them more money. You can't blame them. It's just unfortunate that so many franchises get stuck behind the Konami flag. I'm so happy that they still make Pro Evolution Soccer. Yeah. Because if that game wasn't around, I think I would never play a soccer game ever again. Because I don't like FIFA. I can appreciate the technical aspect of FIFA. I just don't like the gameplay. I really don't enjoy it.
That's what's good about them still doing PES, is because it pushes both PES and FIFA to keep on increasing the... Yeah,
to raising the standard. Yeah. If you don't have that, you have a game like Madden or... Yeah. Well, NBA 2K is a lot better, but it's not better because NBA Live is trying to push it forward. That thing's a mess. Yeah. But anyhow, after that, there's a massive falling out from the gaming community towards Konami, towards the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Yeah. And now they're releasing another one that is set sort of like a zombie mode. Like escape the zombies, and I'm like, you know what, guys, just maybe put this franchise to rest. Yeah. It's overdone. I'm sick of doing all those like games like this and COD and all that, where you're doing all those zombie fucking missions. It's like, just leave it alone. Now you understand why I don't like zombies?
I like zombies. I just hate the fact that they're trying to push them into every single game.
It's the mainstream media, man. It just it's the war machine that just keeps feeding zombies into them and the populace, and everybody seems to consume it. Yeah. Wow, that's a deep thought. That's a very deep thought for us here at Critical Condition. So yeah, I don't think mechanically the game's going to be bad. From what the E3 panelists were saying and all the gaming shows that I watch, they thought the game was actually quite good. The problem is public perception of the company and the franchise is not good, so it's not going to sell well. Yeah, exactly. And that's unfortunate, but Konami at the end of the day did dig their own grave with how they treated
the fan base. Yeah, the
fan base and the a very respected video game creator, producer, director. So sometimes you dig your own grave in these cases.
As they say, you make the bed you lie in.
Yeah, so at the end, Salami. Yeah. So
see how many more. How many more quotes we can get in there.
Finn. So anyhow, guys, that concludes the Metal Gear Rise and Fall that I put together for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So now moving on to the movie section. Tell me a little bit about Dunkirk. Don't tell me too much because I want to see it.
So you want me to tell you a little bit, but not too much?
That's right.
You don't want to know about the movie, you just want to hear a little bit about it.
I don't even want to know who's in it, because you just spoil it for me, alright? Spoiler
I do
alert to everybody,
apologise.
okay?
I will
Batman
not
makes an appearance in this one.
I will not tell you anything about Dunkirk apart from the movie title. It's Dunkirk. You guys should go and check it out.
So if you liked any of our content today,
Yeah, so this week, guys, we got Dunkirk. So it follows the story of the evacuation of British, Belgian, Canadian, and French forces from the beaches of Dunkirk. It was codenamed Operation Dynamo. It went from May 26th to June 4th, 1940. About 338,000 soldiers were actually rescued in that operation.
well,
But it was initially estimated that only 45,000 men could be evacuated in 48 hours.
well, okay.
However, on May 27th, only 8,000 soldiers were rescued. So,
Jeez.
yeah, it's in one day they only rescued 8,000. But over the next 8 days is when they eventually got all of those 338,000 soldiers out of there.
Yeah.
But it was estimated that they left about 40,000 soldiers behind, which became POWs of the German forces.
Wow, prisoners of war.
Yeah, so they marched them all the way from Dunkirk, which is near France,
Yeah.
all the way back to Germany to work in their prison camps and things up there. So
Shit.
it was a pretty harsh march all the way back there under German occupation, pretty much.
That would have been tough.
Yeah, so it was written and directed by Christopher Nolan. So the writing is a triptych, which is a story that's told in like
Three different
the
perspectives?
three perspectives. Yeah. So the perspectives are from the soldiers on the beach,
Yep.
which is like land. In that bit, because the contact with the enemy was so imminent, he decided never to show the German soldiers in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sort of like play with your psyche sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. You never see the German soldiers, but you see these people getting mowed down by them, because that's kind of what it was like. They were, shooting from the top of the beach, undercover. Like there was a one of the boats. It was because there was like civilian boats that came over to try and help rescue the soldiers, and they said there was a boat captain that he said it was almost like watching people just line up for a bus. All these soldiers just standing there, even though they were getting shot at, they were just standing there as calm as anything. Jeez. So, but it takes balls of steel to do that, and they were all just like, okay, well, we got nowhere to go, so
if we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
If it's my time to die, it's my time to die.
What's really interesting, sorry to interrupt you, is that the fact that he doesn't show the German soldiers, like, that's one of the greatest things that I like. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't like horror movies all that much, not because I can't watch them, just because I end up laughing in them.
Yeah.
But what really like thrilling horror movies that don't show you the monster or whoever's killing somebody, I think those are the best ones, because then it makes your mind sort of work.
Yeah.
Try and work it out, and when you can't work it out and you can't see it, your imagination just plays tricks on you. So I think that's a very smart decision.
Yeah, no, it'll impact you a hell of a lot more than what would if you just saw the German soldiers. Yeah. But so then they've got the air battles, like so the Luftwaffe are fighting the Allied forces in the air, and then you've got the sea part of it, so the naval forces and that are firing back on the German forces that you never really see. But at the same time they're getting bombed from the air, and so it looks like a pretty...
It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, a pretty gripping movie. They actually shot it on the beaches of Dunkirk despite the logistical problems that they had at the time, but adds more to the feel of the film.
Authenticity, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because they're there where it happened, and just going back there to shoot all that, and it's good that they actually did that, just to show the audience exactly what they were up against when they were trying to escape.
Crazy. I've always said that if I ever travel to Europe, one of my things that I need to do is actually go to the beaches of Normandy.
Yeah.
And just stand there. I think I'm pretty sure I would get overwhelmed. Like I'm kind of like that when it comes to these things, because a lot of men died defending our way of life.
Yeah,
in
pretty
this
much.
day and age. And even though you joke around and things like that, I am grateful for the way we live.
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah, I think I would get very emotional at the beaches of Normandy. I reckon.
You've got a lot of respect for people within the military. Yeah,
that
puts their life on the
decides
line.
to,
Yeah,
hey, guess what? I'm just going to defend these people, even though, in my personal opinion, we're not worth it.
yeah. Well,
Sorry, that's just my grim take on life. But honestly, I'm like, obviously he has something I don't. So
yeah. Balls of steel.
exactly.
Yeah, you've got to. But Hoyt van Hoytema, I don't know whether I said his name right, was chosen as cinematographer for this film.
Okay.
So some of the most notable films have been The Fighter and Interstellar, the latter of which he worked with Nolan on. So it kind of gives you a bit of perspective as to how the film's going to be shot. Because both those movies were bloody epic. Cinematographer-wise, Interstellar was a lot better.
I'm trying to think, which one was Interstellar again? The one with Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a very good movie.
It's trippy though. I wasn't expecting
The ending.
the ending.
Yeah. It's like,
I was just like, wait, what?
Murph! Like, shit. It was you all along.
Yeah, Theon Whitehead made his feature film debut as the main protagonist in this.
Okay.
So, first ever film. He's done theatre and stuff like that, but to come into a big budget film, having never acted in film before and becoming the main protagonist is pretty impressive.
Definitely.
But Harry Styles, who's from One Direction, he made his feature debut.
He's going in one direction.
Yeah.
I hope he's running towards the bullets.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Brutal.
You don't even know the bloke and you're like, I don't like him.
We just lost 10% of our female audience with that comment. And about 20% of the males.
Calm down, shit. But yeah, he plays Alex. And Tom Hardy plays Farrier, RAF pilot.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He's so brutal.
And I'm not even drinking, guys.
It's all right. I don't like if he's a good actor in it. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just taking the piss.
But if he acts like shit, then it's kind of like
yeah.
But Christopher Nolan reckoned for majority of the movie he didn't even know who Harry Styles was. I kind of call bullshit on that. He would have known who it was.
They would have told him.
Yeah, he would have known. But yeah, so Hans Zimmerman did the score for the film. So he was did the Lion King, Gladiator, The Dark Knight, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, just to name a few. So he's always been an epic composer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just look at some of those movies.
No, did you say The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises?
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises was awful.
I don't know whether he did it.
I don't know. The music wasn't awful. The movie was awful.
Yeah, I don't know whether he did the music
Would
on
you
that
like
one.
to break my back? No.
You're like, just ruined Batman for me.
I was like, that just ruined everything. If you had a normal voice, I would have gone, okay.
Yeah.
But, geez, that Bane. That Bane is the bane of my existence.
But yeah, so this movie looks really gritty. It
does.
It puts you right in within the action as well, so I'm looking forward to actually seeing this one.
Excellent.
You know me, I like historical movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Medieval,
Dude,
wartime.
I remember years and years ago you used to crap on about that Band of Brothers show.
It was a good bloody show.
I never watched a single episode.
Really?
But you and your brother were, Band of Brothers. Like, that's all you talked about for like a year.
Yeah, because it was on for a year.
Yeah. It was an entire year of like, okay.
Well, the next episode, yeah. Well, that was a fucking good show.
I would imagine so.
You need to watch it. I
do.
think you'll like it.
I'm running out of time, man. I'm running out of time.
Are you planning to do something?
I've sort of planned out from like this point until my eventual death in like 40 years, if God willing, or maybe more. But like, I'm just saying if I don't die beforehand. Anyhow, the amount of stuff I need to do. When will I find time to do anything?
Shit, man, this got morbid.
It's got morbid pretty quickly. Well, we are talking about Dunkirk.
Yeah, and we just had my death anniversary, so
that's true.
That was pretty morbid.
That was a morbid name, man.
Ah, well, It made me laugh.
Man,
Yeah.
as long as you're laughing.
Exactly.
Nice.
But yeah, guys, definitely check this movie out. I can't stress that enough. You really need to go and check it out.
Yeah, I think we should. When is it out? It's this Thursday, right?
Yeah, this coming Thursday.
Yeah. So the day after this episode goes live, so I think we should go watch it. Like we should definitely go watch it. Tuesday.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. We haven't even been drinking tonight either.
Lord. I think we're fighting this way though.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's our episode for tonight.
That's right.
If you like any of our content, please like, share, and subscribe.
And if you have any comments or suggestions, you can leave in the box below, or you can contact us on askuscc@gmail.com.
Which is also in the description below.
Also, just a final word. I know we're ending the show, but Bane was rubbish. And Dark Knight Rises was a bad movie because of Bane. That's my final word for this week.
Well, now I've got to have a final word.
Man, you don't have to have a final word.
Yeah, I do. Christopher Nolan is an awesome director, and you definitely should go check out the majority of his movies. Apart from that
Except the Dark Knight Rises, because that movie sucks. And I love Batman, and that movie stinks. It stinks even more than Batman vs Superman, and that's hard to watch.
All right, he can crap on all night. So I'll see you later, guys.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a good one.